So there's all this help, right? It's supposed to exist for disabled people. Look how fucking helpful those places have been. They haven't been. Not without someone going in with me in person. The same thing that been trying to get help with since before Natalie died. I needed help in person. I didn't need people to blow me off, tell me how to think and how to feel. I wanted to pretend like if I ignore the abuse that it'll go away. Well, it didn't fucking go away. Natalie and her friends should have left me the fuck alone, and I should have been allowed a fucking day in court. Instead, they did everything they could to prevent me from facing my fucking accusers, and my accusers were the fucking predators. Of course, I got to deal with fake fucks like Brandon Ratner. Made lots of fucking promises, didn't come through. Like, he doesn't get that the abuse that I have been enduring for the last 4 goddamn years, all I needed was someone to speak the fuck up. Y'all tell me I wanted this, needed this, and chose this. No, I didn't. I don't choose how you treat men in the United States. I don't choose the excuses that you make when you didn't do your fucking job. Nothing has happened to any of my predators. And most of my friends ended up being predators. I'm not allowed to be angry or pissed off about any of this. All it takes is one fucking person, just one. Instead, they all want to procrastinate and fucking lie to me and bullshit me and help out my predators. Thank goodness I saved the evidence of it. The thing that makes me want my life to end is the fact that nobody's actually helping. Without your words, it don't mean shit. These officers keep instigating. I go to them for help. They instigate. They threaten, they harass, and they intimidate. They don't do a goddamn thing useful, but they take your money for it. And that's the thing. All these people telling me shit that if they'd have said it in court, it would have made a fucking difference. Why didn't they? Why did I have to record it on YouTube months later, years later in some cases? Because they were busy making excuses no matter what. Excuse after excuse after excuse. While I'm taking miles and miles of fucking hell. I needed fucking help, and all I got was blown off or fucking abused for it. It's 2 a.m. I've been trying to get help for 4 fucking years. Ah, restricted call called me a bunch while I was trying to sleep. My ringer must be off. No matter what, The cops make every excuse they can to not do their job. It's not that I wasn't fucking trying, it's that nobody else was. Nobody else tried. The one thing that I needed more than anything was someone to go in with me to make a fucking police report. And it took everybody so fucking long to do that. Oh yeah, they never fucking did. Then later, Peaches, she's gonna go in with me and talk to the cops, right? But she didn't. And later on, she's like, oh, well, starts telling me about this Mexican family and so on and so forth, all that crap. You guys can listen to that if you want to. It's fucking bullshit. She said she'd help me, and then when I showed up, it was, oh well, it's not going to work. Of course, it's not going to work. You're not trying. Try going in with me instead of telling me that you talked to officers. Fucking which officers did you talk to? Like, this is how people are treated when the tag mentally ill is there. Everybody gets to fucking wipe their hands clean. Every fucking predator that I ever had come out of the woodwork to pretend I'm some sort of fucking monster. I've never been allowed to fucking defend myself. Do you get that? You tell me how to do it. Well, I've tried how to do it the way that you've told me repeatedly. Maybe we should try listening to me for fucking once. Maybe you should try keeping your word for once instead of making excuses. If you didn't tell the cops, then it's a fucking excuse. All these people who promised they were going to help me. And then they kept on telling me all their reasons for not being able to help. You damn right I said something. Then later on, they want to throw fucking tantrums because I told the world what they told me. If you can't help because your fucking grandma died, that's not my fault. And you treating me like shit over saying something after saying that you wanted to help me. Hey, fucking speak up. The cop said I wasn't trying to get help. It's not that I wasn't trying to get help. It's that nobody was fucking helping. There were lots of people trying to help, but then I'm getting cut off from those people fucking over and over by the fucking public and by the goddamn cops. Uh,
Reached Nebraska State Patrol. For immediate assistance or reported accident, press 1. For Troop E headquarters, press 2. You have reached the Nebraska State Patrol. For immediate assistance or reported accident, press 1. For Troop E headquarters, press 2. For Troop E headquarters traffic services, press 1. All concealed handgun permit questions and fingerprint appointments, press 2. Investigative Services Division, press 3. Carrier Division, press. I did not recognize that as a valid entry. For Troop E headquarters traffic services, press 1. All concealed Wait while I transfer your call. Sorry, Wendy Roney is not available. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hello, my name is Sean Schwartz. I've called you several times already. You have not returned my call. I am sick and tired of being abused and ignored by law enforcement. This shit needs to fucking stop. I'm sick and tired of this. This is 4 years of abuse, and not one law enforcement agency will fucking do something about it. What the hell is wrong with you pieces of shit? Nobody deserves this kind of treatment. Nobody deserves to be fucking punished for 4 goddamn years because cops don't want to do their fucking jobs. Nobody deserves to be abused over their disabilities just because nobody fucking cares. None of these people cared enough to fucking tell the truth. Now, the real question is, why didn't they? Lots of reasons, lots of different reasons from all of these people, and it turns out that they're all the reasons that I fucking told you. I recorded that shit. I recorded people's excuses. See, all it took was a little bit of fucking slander to destroy my entire fucking life. Fuck the police. Anyway, YouTube, I hope these son of a bitches finally get back to me, but I seriously fucking doubt it. After 4 goddamn years of abuse, fuck these pieces of shit. Cop's solution for everything is to fucking ignore it. Yeah, look what happened when they fucking ignored Chris Kurth. The shit that he was doing. Look at what happened when they ignored the wrongdoings of their fucking cops. They did everything in their power to fucking. That's the thing, is that when you're called mentally ill, you're automatically discredited. People automatically assume that you're wrong, automatically assume that you're guilty. I had to break the law because my so-called friends were all fucking liars. They said they'd go in with me, and they fucking didn't. I needed them to go in for my fucking safety.
What's the address for emergency?
You know the address already.
I know the address already.
Yeah, my name is Sean Schwartz. I've called you guys repeatedly and you do nothing. I call the police repeatedly, they do nothing.
What's the address of the emergency that's happening right now?
Ma'am, the emergency that's happening right now is that I can't trust the police.
Okay, but do you need police, fire, or medical right now?
Ma'am, what I need is an end to the abuse.
Okay, what's the emergency that's happening right now that caused you to call 911, Sean?
The emergency that caused me to call 911 is 4 years of abuse and trying to go to the police and getting blown off and getting fucking assaulted for trying to turn in police. Getting arrested for trying to turn in police. No matter what, they use the term mentally ill as an excuse to harm me. I have been through 4 years of this. You know what? I am tired of police officers showing up to fucking intimidate me and to harass me and destroy evidence. I am tired of this.
Listen, Sean, what do you want them to do right now then? It's 2 in the morning.
Ma'am, it's been 4 years. It doesn't matter if it's 2 in the morning or 4 in the afternoon or any time in between.
Yes, but do you want them to come to you right now? Because that's what you called 911 for, right? So what's your address?
No, ma'am, I need to be able to turn in these fucking officers, you idiot. How many fucking times do I gotta call and explain that? I need to be able to turn in these officers.
Okay, what is the location of the emergency?
Dual County Sheriff's Department. It's full of fucking trucks. Do something about it. You have my phone number. Now, instead of sending the fucking trucks that I'm trying to turn in to me, why don't you fucking try, I don't know. You have my phone number. I'm not giving it to you. I am live on fucking YouTube, fucking recording your goddamn bullshit like I always do. I am not giving out my phone number on fucking YouTube. I am not giving out my number on YouTube. I have to be afraid of the fucking pigs in this town. And their solution is that I call the fucking pigs. Besides that, they got my number. You notice they don't give a shit what the fuck I have to say. They blow me off. I don't fucking matter. I'm trying to turn in 4 years of fucking abuse. 4 goddamn years of it. 4 goddamn years of abuse that has been fucking ignored. So there's a lot of people who, well, just because they didn't care doesn't mean I didn't record it. I was hoping Wendell McPhee would be a little more, less bullshitty. I recorded a lot of stuff up there. I recorded situations between me and Wendell, me and Sandy, Sandy and Wendell, Wendell and Hecky. There's conversations in there with Wendell about nearly all the things I've been telling you about. He doesn't want to come forward. He doesn't want the drama. People always want to fucking help out with patches, but they don't want to help out with the actual problem. I need people here to protect my rights. Them officers. That one yesterday or the day before, I don't fucking know. I don't have a decent sleeping schedule because I'm constantly having a fucking anxiety attack about the fact that I have to take this abuse until the fucking cops do something. And the cops won't do anything unless my so-called friends do something. Oh yeah, I don't have any friends. I got fucking empty promises. I don't hate Wendell and I don't hate Sandy. What I hate is having to take the abuse. I need help in person. I don't want to post this shit on fucking YouTube. I need help in person. 4 goddamn years of trying to get help in person. If you're fucking drunk, you're not gonna help. If you're strung out on fucking meth, you're not gonna help. Brett Roloff is proof of that. Sandy, Deputy Holloway. Hello, Deputy Holloway.
Hey, Sean, what can I do for you this evening?
Well, sir, I've been trying to turn in your department for 4 years. I've been trying to turn in my predators for 4 years. I don't have the help that I need because everything that I needed to take care of myself was taken away by crimes I didn't commit. I need to be able to turn in your officers, and I need to be able to get it done. I've called the state patrol over and over and over again. They tell me I got to call you guys. I call you guys. You tell me I got to call the state patrol. I call the state patrol. They tell me I got to call you guys. I call you guys. You tell me I got to call the state patrol. And then I get a deputy who shows up here to fucking intimidate me because I'm trying to get fucking help. Do you think that it's right to fucking threaten, harass, or intimidate someone for trying to get help?
No, no, you shouldn't be threatening or harassing people for just trying to help. Well, what can I do for you this evening? Because I know we've talked, and I know it's frustrating, but there's nothing I can do. I can't investigate my department. I've given you every number I can think of.
I've called every number there is to call. I recorded calling all those places. All these people say that there's all these services, and it's my fault that these things happen to me because I'm not trying. 4 years of trying. The courts damned me and condemned me and decided my guilt from the start. You know, the first time that I tried turning in those officers, something should have been done. The first time I tried turning in officers in this town, it was only one. It was just Jordan Anderson. He's the only one whose name that I knew. Then when I tried turning in Jordan Anderson for not doing his job, at least the sheriff admitted that the son of a bitch didn't do his job. But then I got to deal with Cody Selhorst and Jared Hahn being assholes to me. Like, that should not have happened. I was told that I needed to call the state patrol after that situation with Cody Selhorst. So I called the state patrol, and they told me that I had to get a hold of the sheriff. That was in 2018, sir. 2018. Instead of taking my report about his deputy, I was sent to fucking Scotts Bluff. So none of you guys can do anything about abuse against a disabled person. But you can do everything in your power to prevent me from having the resources that I need. I shouldn't have to break the law.
I know it's frustrating, Sean, but I can't do anything. I can't investigate the sheriff or any of the other deputies. Because if I do that and it goes to the court, they're going to be like, oh, you're only doing it because either you like them or you hate them. So that's why State Patrol investigates internally for small departments like this.
Well, sir, I called them yesterday, and 6 different times they had me call you guys because you have to investigate yourselves. I told them that I was trying to turn in Scott, and they told me that I had to turn in Scott to Scott. Do you know how difficult it is for me to get anything done when the officers I'm trying to turn in, the only officer I can turn it into is the officer who did it? It's like asking Adolf Hitler to investigate Adolf Hitler.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're not big enough to have like a dedicated internal affairs office or section. It's 6 guys.
Yeah, but I've been trying to explain that to the state patrol. They ain't hearing none of it.
Yeah.
Just like when I tried telling you guys about your officers. When I tried first coming to you guys about your officers, you didn't even work here. Most of you guys didn't work here. And then when I try telling y'all what's going on, I get the, well, it's not my fault, or I wasn't here. That doesn't change the fact that the crime was committed. I'm not telling you the crime was committed because I'm trying to blame you. I'm not telling you that the crime was committed to get excuses like that. I'm not. I'm telling you a crime was committed because a crime was committed. And then everybody blows me off, and then those predators get away with that. They get to railroad me in court. They get to separate me from my loved ones and separate me from my ability to take care of myself. I'm living in a 5x5 shed, sir. I need help. Everyone blows me off. I have it recorded. Many people blowing me off. I can't take care of myself, sir. I don't know how many people I have to explain that to. I can't take care of myself because of this, and nobody will do anything. It's nobody's job. I told Scott DeCosta repeatedly that I didn't want Jared Hahn showing up. And every single situation after that, Jared Hahn showed up. Do you know how difficult it is when I got to talk to Tara fucking Smith in 2018 about Jared Hahn and the fucking state patrol? And Jared Hahn is standing right there. Or when I got to go talk to Jen Beebe about Jared Hahn. And Jared Hahn and Cody Selhorst are both there. Both of the officers I'm trying to turn in get to be there to fucking instigate the situation and intimidate me. That's not okay. When I try talking to Tara Smith with Scott DeCosta on the phone, he fucking bullshits. I try explaining all the times that I went in to talk to the cops and that y'all didn't do anything. He says, well, you yelled. Like, fuck, motherfucker, I was in your office over a dozen times before I ever fucking yelled. And I yelled because of the fucking excuses and the abuse that you were turning a blind eye to. See, that's the thing. There's supposed to be rights for disabled people, but they don't exist. When I go to the police, I get blown off. When my predators go to the police, you guys fucking help them. You help them. You know how fucked up that is? You know, I have to be afraid to go to the cops about the crimes committed against me without somebody there in person. And people commit crimes against me every fucking day. I have to be afraid every day to talk to you guys because you haven't done anything about any of the crimes against me. All these people harassing me and threatening me and treating me like I didn't make an effort. That's how they railroaded me in court. They said I wasn't trying. It is impossible to do what they want without those resources. Like, how the hell is arresting me for trying to turn in my predators a good thing? How is allowing these predators to do these things for 4 years a good thing? And then I get treated like I'm a fucking monster when I have a fucking panic attack because nobody will do anything. I get blown off everywhere I go. It is nobody's job. The state patrol has made it loud and fucking clear that it's not their job. You've made it loud and clear that it is their job. But then again, I don't expect them to do their jobs any more than I expect you guys to do your jobs. I am scared shitless to go to you for a reason. The communication issues that you guys have are not my fault.
Hey, Sean, I thought you had an advocate last time we spoke.
That's the thing, dude. Like, for the last fucking year, I've been trying to explain to you that the things that you think the advocate's supposed to do, she doesn't do. And I tried to explain to her, hey, that's not how it works. Maybe you should communicate with them. And for 6 months, you guys did not communicate. And I'm busy telling her that you guys, what you guys are saying, and she's treating me like I'm full of shit. I'm telling you guys what she's saying, and you guys are treating me like I'm full of shit. And then when it all comes down to it, the things that you said that she's supposed to do that I was saying that she doesn't, you guys should have been in communication the whole time. That's not my fault. It's not like I'm not trying, it's that nobody's doing anything. Sir, my safety is at risk every day, and I can't take care of myself. You guys have not investigated the crimes against me in 4 years. The term mentally ill means I have no fucking rights, and you guys keep proving that over and over again. There's all of these special rights that are supposed to exist, but they are not observed by any of you. How do you expect me not to be frustrated when people are committing criminal acts against me daily?
Well, Sean, if they're committing criminal acts, you gotta come report it. And I think you're scared, but we can't do anything if we don't know.
Sir, look at our history of you guys covering up the crimes that I'm trying to turn in. It may not be your fault, but the fact is that it is the sheriff's fault. He did take part, and you do work for him. I've been repeatedly denied the information and the fucking body cam footage, told that I need to get a lawyer to get it. Do I really need to get a lawyer to get that body camera footage? Because that's just another.
It's up to the it's up to the sheriff on disseminating that to the public. So without a subpoena or a court case, it's up to him.
Which would require you guys doing your jobs, and he's not going to do his job. He's going to bullshit me. So basically, my predators get to choose whether or not they are investigated. Holy fucking shit. See, it's not that I haven't been trying, it's the cops have been going out of their way to omit information and to hide the fucking truth and to hide their wrongdoings and to stretch it out until the statute of limitations is over, and they're allowed to destroy that fucking evidence. Do you think that's okay?
No, Sean.
I'm disgusted by everybody in uniform because of this. Every single person in uniform I am disgusted by. Nobody can do anything. People got all these great ideas, and I tell them, hey, I've tried that idea. The cops ain't having it. It's not their job. Apparently, it's nobody's fucking job, and I still get treated like I'm not trying. I literally have to break the law to defend myself, sir. There is a trust issue with your department. I'm not allowed to get frustrated. I'm not allowed to get angry. I just have to take the abuse. If I am abused, nobody's going to do anything. If I am abused, it's nobody's job. If I am abused, it's call this number, call this number, call this number, call this number, call this number. Meanwhile, I'm doing this all alone. Alone. Nobody is helping me with this. I get blown off because of the term mentally ill, so I need an advocate to speak for me. Meanwhile, I don't have one. I don't have a power of attorney, and that has been used to victimize me more than anything else. You call me mentally ill so you don't have to take my report, and then you call me sane so you can fucking charge me with crimes for trying to turn in officers. 4 fucking years of this. Four years of getting on the phone to everybody there is to call, to be told that I need to call somebody else, be told that I need to call somebody else. When you said that about having to have somebody go in with me, like I'd been saying that for years, and nobody wanted to understand that. They just wanted to make excuses. They knew what was going on, but they didn't speak up. I have to take this abuse because people keep looking away. Now, all the things that I'm being bombarded and harmed over are things that you guys could have done something about. The fact that the general public is assaulting me because you guys can't do your jobs and the highway patrol can't do their jobs because apparently it's nobody's jobs. I'm still being victimized over that. My finances still prevent me from being able to take care of myself. All of the damage to my credit has made it so that I can't get a bank account because of this. Meanwhile, I got to follow all of the stupid rules and stipulations of a disabled person in order to get that disability money. But that money is not enough. It's not enough without a co-signer, without somebody taking a fucking interest. Like, I have to deal with this the rest of my life. Homeless people and disabled people have to deal with this unless somebody actually cares in person whose family. And how is my family going to get up and do a goddamn thing when they're drug dealers and child molesters? They got a history of taking advantage of me and calling me mentally ill just like you guys do. I didn't choose to be born into the family that I was born into, and I didn't choose for police to do everything that they could not to investigate any of the crimes against me. But you can sure as hell do everything in your power to discredit me. Oh, well, he's mentally ill, and you guys keep playing on that. If I was a woman, I wouldn't have had to go through any of this shit. None of your solutions help. That's the thing, is that you guys keep telling me to do things that I'm fucking trying to do. The State Patrol, how many times do I need to call them and get blown off? Just like you guys do. You know, without somebody to help me with all of this stuff, it doesn't do me any good. I finally got $12,000. They finally sent me the money that I fucking should have had years ago. And they sent it to me when everything that money could have been used for has already been destroyed. Meanwhile, I have to try to spend it all as soon as I fucking get it. So they don't take my disability money away because I own more than $2,000 worth of stuff. A lot of people wanted to help me. Problem is, the cops were not one of them. See, I was railroaded in all of these court dates because nobody would fucking help me. Nobody would take a look at the truth. They already decided my fucking guilt, just like in this goddamn town. Do you know why people in this town victimize me? Because you guys won't do your fucking jobs. Every time I go into you guys to turn in these crimes, nothing fucking happens. And just like you fucking hit the nail on the head, I need someone to go in with me. I don't fucking have that. People in this town won't help me because of the rumors, but they will sure as fuck harm me because of it. You guys intentionally let every one of my predators get away. And although that may not be your fault in specific, the fact is you work for the same crooked ass sheriff and he's pulling the same crooked ass shit. Between investigating the crimes against me and harming me for trying to turn in those criminals, I should not have been harmed for trying to turn in those criminals. I have to be afraid to go outside. I have no fucking rights. all because I wasn't allowed basic human rights at any point in time in the last 4 years. You guys can go out of your way to fucking frame me for crimes I didn't fucking commit. You can do everything in your power to make sure that I'm not allowed to fucking speak in court. You can ship me to other jurisdictions for trying to turn in your fucking officers and have me harmed in a mental institution. That's corruption at its fucking finest, sir. When you try to turn in officers and the officers have you fucking committed. Those cops abused their power, and Scott DaCosta has repeatedly abused his power since. Why the fuck would I go to a sheriff who hasn't investigated any crimes against me and has done everything to help my predators? Why? I've been trying to fucking turn in Cody, or not Cody Selhorst, Chris Kurth for 4 years. 4 years of getting blown off. 4 years of it's no big thing. 4 years, sir. And then when nobody will investigate those crimes, they tell me it's not illegal or they can't do nothing. But if I do it back, I'm a fucking criminal and you come down on me like a ton of fucking bricks. If it's illegal for me, it's illegal for them. Am I wrong?
No, we have to follow the same laws that you do. And
That's right. Except that they can call me mentally ill and then you guys don't listen. So the law does not apply to me the way that it applies to them. The law is different. The rules are different. I am not heard because of the term mentally ill, whereas my predators get heard. My predators can make a report without being afraid of being assaulted by the fucking cops here. You guys have done everything in your power to hide your wrongdoings. And you keep using the mentally ill excuse. I have Asperger's. It's not the same as being schizophrenic. And while you guys tried to have me diagnosed with ADHD, Boulder was smarter than you guys. They were better at covering up their crimes, and they tried to have me diagnosed with schizophrenia. That's the problem. Instead of doing your fucking jobs, you guys go out of your way to discredit me and ignore the crimes against me. And then you say it's not your fault. Well, if you can investigate other people harassing me, if you can investigate me harassing them back, then you can investigate them harassing me to begin with. Because I wouldn't be harassing anyone back if I could get actual assistance from law enforcement instead of being blown off. It's not my job. It's not my job. It's not my job. Kind of like Leslie on the phone telling me I needed to call the Nebraska State Patrol. I call the Nebraska State Patrol. They tell me to call you guys. I call you guys. You tell me to call the Nebraska State Patrol. I call Nebraska State Patrol. They tell me to talk to you guys. What the fuck are you guys getting paid for?
Sean, we can't investigate ourselves, and I can't take my gun, put it to a trooper's head, and say, go talk to him.
And that's the problem, is that I do have to deal with that kind of violence. I do.
Well, then you need to come report it to us. If somebody's threatening you,
Sir,
we need to know.
Sir, there is a measure of trust here, and that measure of trust is gone. Your sheriff and many of the deputies who are currently on staff have taken part in showing me why it is that I can't turn it in. I have gone to your officers repeatedly to turn crimes in.
Well, Sean, I don't know what to do. I've given every number I can think of, every available resource I have that I can even fathom to come up with. I sent you to the U.S. Attorney General's office. I have no idea what I can do for you, Sean.
That's the problem, is that I can't take care of myself because of this. It's not my fault that police wouldn't do their jobs, and it's not my fault that nobody will investigate it. It's not my fault that I was railroaded in court. I literally had to break the law to defend myself, sir. Nobody should have to do that just because cops won't do their jobs. It's not that I haven't gone to you guys with crimes in the past. It's that nobody has done anything about them. And the fact that I have to go to cops that have repeatedly done everything that they can to cover the wrongdoing of other officers, me going to those officers to get help is not going to help. I cannot trust those officers. That's why I always try to get someone to go in with me. But because of the reputation that I have for things that I literally did not do, I can't get help. Like, there are people who are complete strangers who offer to help. But then I got to try to find a way to get them here. Meanwhile, I lost my housing because nobody would do anything about any of the fucking shit from Sandy Fromm or any of those assholes. I had a fucking meltdown because I needed help. And you know what? That's the thing, is that going to you guys is like going to Adolf Hitler as a Jew to ask for the Secret Service or the fucking Nazi SS to fucking leave us alone. It's not going to work. Like, no matter what option you guys give me, I try those options and they get me nowhere. None of those places do that. None of them. It's not anyone's job. And if it's not anyone's job to investigate crimes against the disabled, then why make it illegal to begin with? We got all these laws that they're great laws, but we have no way to enforce them. It needs to start with you guys wearing body cameras on at all points in time. Also, your victims need to have access to that. Even if that victim doesn't have the money for a lawyer, they need to have access to that so they can defend themselves. The sheriff being allowed to withhold evidence of his own wrongdoing is so fucked, because I need that evidence in order to take him to court. You know how screwed up it is that my predators all have control of evidence that I'm not allowed access to? Evidence that would have shown that those officers did wrong, but they won't allow it out. They do everything to ignore me until the statute of limitations is over. And that's something that Scott's playing real heavy on right now. You play heavy on the mentally ill thing. Do what?
Is there anything I can do for you this evening?
Sir, I need someone to investigate the crimes against me, but I need it to be somebody that I can trust, not someone who works for Scott. I wanna believe that you guys are actually decent human beings, but at this point, like, I need help, and I have been denied all of the help that I need. And it's over people's assumptions, like people's assumptions of what Meg's supposed to do. You know, having an officer say, well, she's supposed to be a go-between. Well, she's not a go-between. The job that Jen Beebe was supposed to do in fucking January of last year, or January of this year, she didn't do. That's what Meg did. And all of these programs that you keep calling me up or having me call, they're all telling me to do things that I can't do. I don't know how many times that I can explain that I can't do those things. Instead of taking advantage of my disabilities and forcing me into a panic attack, I need someone to actually investigate these crimes. But when you're called mentally ill when you're homeless and when you're a male, no matter what, you get nothing. I have to be afraid to go to you guys about this abuse because your officers are my abusers. I'm not allowed to defend myself because of the mentally ill tag. Lots of people have rights that I fucking don't. And then you guys get the impression that because you have them, that I must have them too. And I don't. You know damn well that the mentally ill tag can be used by any corrupt officer to harm somebody who's trying to turn them in. There isn't an officer in America who doesn't know this because most officers in America use this tactic, especially against the homeless and those deemed mentally ill. If a woman is raped and she ends up with PTSD, then she can't turn in her rapist because she's mentally ill. How fucked up is that? Her rapist gets away with raping her because he fucking traumatized her. I am a target for the public because the police would not do anything about any of the crimes against me, but they had no problems harming me to hide their own wrongdoing. "4 years of this, sir."
It sounds frustrating, Sean.
Sir, it's more than just frustrating. How many times have you been assaulted in the last 4 years?
Is there anything I can do for you tonight, Sean? Because it's 2:30 in the morning and almost 3 in the morning. I don't know what I can do at this time.
Well, sir, you guys don't really do anything at any time except tell me that you can't do anything. So I'm going to keep calling until you can actually do something.
Okay.
I can't just continue to take this abuse, sir. There needs to be somebody to step in. You know, you can hear in the conversations between me, Scott DaCosta, and the lady from the Department of Health and Human Services. I'm trying to turn in Scott DaCosta and tell the situation, and Scott DaCosta, all he's got to do is say, well, he streamed, and all of a sudden that lady is automatically on his side. That's how fucking easy it is. Just like those officers in Scotts Bluff, Cody Selhorst and fucking Jared Hahn. All they had to do was lie to the nurses and fucking staff, and they treated me like shit. Tried forcing fucking drugs into me. I don't need drugs forced into me. I need an officer to do their fucking job.
And if somebody's threatening and harassing you, you got to come in, Sean.
I have repeatedly, and you have done nothing. And no, it's not specifically you.
Sean.
Do what?
I can't investigate my own officers. So if you're telling me they're harassing, threatening you, I can't do anything with that.
That's the thing, sir, is that I went into you guys about the other people who are threatening and harassing me.
Sean, I have yet to have a report of anybody. I get Sandy Fawn coming to me saying you're talking about her on YouTube. You know what I tell her? He can do that. He can talk to you, or you can talk bad about her on YouTube all you want. You have the First Amendment right to do that. So there's nothing I can do. That's why I've come talk to you about that. I get so many phone calls, Sean, from other people that say you're harassing them. And then I find out, well, how's he harassing you? It's on YouTube. He has the First Amendment right to do that. I'm sorry. Have a good day. I can't sit there and force people to talk nice about you, Sean.
Sir, it's not the talking nice, it's the abuse. I've been trying to turn in abusers that were not police officers for 4 years, sir.
Mm-hmm. And I haven't had any of those reports, Sean. Then that's what I'm saying. If that's happening, you need to come in and make a report.
I have been trying, sir. I have gone in and made a lot of reports. I've written a lot of stuff down.
I know we've had that conversation. We brought in, who was it that came in with a little while ago?
It was Laura Nelson.
Yes.
She should have come in and spoken up on her own. A lot of the situations that I've been in, I get treated like I deserve this because I'm a liar, but the fact is Laura Nelson knows I'm telling the truth. A lot of people do. But people don't like the fact that I tell the truth on YouTube. I wouldn't have to if I could get help in real life. I started making these videos on YouTube because people kept on lying to me. So I have all their lies saved on there. They don't like what I have to say. I don't like the fact that they're actually harming me, sir. There's a big difference. They don't like what I have to say. And I'm only speaking on YouTube because I can't get the help I need in real life. These people assumed my guilt and treat me like shit for it. And that happens no matter where I go. Plus, the record that I have, because cops would rather harm me than do their jobs. Scott DaCosta still preys on that every time I try to talk to him about it. I have gone into you guys repeatedly for crimes that were committed against me in the last 4 years. Telling me that I need to go in to make a report when I've already done that and been blown off. Yeah, there is going to be trust issues. There is a reason that I try to get someone to go in with me so I don't get blown off. I do the illegal things that I do because I literally have to. I've tried the legal route, and you have seen, obviously, you guys can't do anything, and the fucking Nebraska State Patrol can't do anything. So I just have to take the abuse. Every time that I break the law, it's to get a court date so that I can show the truth, because I am getting zero compliance from law enforcement, zero help from law enforcement. Most of the time when I go in to make a report, I'm told that I can't. That's why when Laura went in with me, I was fucking super ecstatic. At least you listened. But then again, I'd say that has more to do with the fact that Laura Nelson showed up than anything else. The protocol for when it's a disabled person who comes in by themselves to try to turn in a police officer is completely different than when they go in with somebody else. Because when they go in with somebody else, you follow protocol. When they go in by themselves, you manipulate protocol in order to harm them for trying to turn in your officers.
Because you can't investigate our officers. I can't do that, Sean.
And nobody else will either.
Can investigate themselves.
I needed your officers to investigate crimes by non-police officers, and they didn't do it.
And I can't make them do that. I can only control myself, Sean.
Well, only to a point, because you still work for Scott. God, I fucking live in a shit pit. See, that's the thing, is that I have fucking meltdowns over the abuse that I have to take. And then I get abused for having meltdowns. Now, I wouldn't have those meltdowns if it weren't for a history of police blowing me off. I wouldn't be afraid to go in and talk to the police if the police has not repeatedly done things that are immoral and illegal. You can't make them do their jobs, but they're getting paid for it either way. And the American public is paying for it. Then when you guys do something wrong, you prey on people that don't have the money for a civil attorney. And you throw it in their face that they can do something when they get an attorney. Meanwhile, they need that evidence to get an attorney, and they need an attorney to get the evidence. No matter what, it's a catch-22. You guys always win. The laws protect you and not your victims. The first time I tried coming to the fucking cops in this town about the situation with Natalie was in fucking January of 2017. Scott DaCosta to this day has still not told me the name of the officer who took me. It was one Dual County Sheriff's deputy and 2 state patrol officers. I realize it's 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. I have crippling panic attacks about this all day, every day. Every single day. Plus the consequences for me of cops not doing their jobs, financially and physically. I can't take care of myself, and the officers that I'm trying to turn in are taking full advantage of that.
Do you know which troopers it was?
I don't. That's why I've been going to Scott for 4 years, for 3 years asking.
Okay.
I mean, how the hell can I told true stories, sir. And I've been able to record that I've been telling the truth for most of the witnesses. You cops are very, very, very into hiding your wrongdoings and the wrongdoings of other officers, though. Law enforcement has stood in the way of me defending myself more than anyone else. Meanwhile, there is no statute of limitations on sexual offenders, right?
Depending on what level, correct.
Well, let's say that a 29-year-old was having sex with a 14-year-old.
Okay.
Is that illegal?
Correct.
Okay, well, what if she's 16 now and he's 31?
Not illegal at the age of 16.
Exactly. However, there's a woman in town named Bobby Force. She was aware that Ken was having sex with Bailey when she was 14, and Bobby had her life threatened by her boyfriend over it. She shouldn't have had her life threatened because she was aware that somebody was committing a felony. Ken Zarecki was having sex with Bailey when she was 14. Bobby was aware of it. Bobby doesn't want to deal with the bullshit in town. And that's the thing, is that if you're a child molester who's popular, it's okay. It's still against the law. He still had sex with her when she was 14.